Welcome to this quick video tutorial for Debug CAD. In this video, we'll go over the basics of creating a simple floor plan using some of the most common functions of Debug. First, I'm going to draw the external walls with a thickness of 25 centimeters, so I choose thickness 25. Then I enable the orthogonality locking to draw vertical and horizontal walls much easier. Now I can click on the workspace and move the mouse towards the desired direction and type the length of this wall. So I type 5 and press enter. Now I move the mouse downwards to indicate a new direction. As you can see, the wall is attached to the inner side of the wall. If I want to ignore the width of the wall in the previous section, I can press F5 to switch sides and now enter a new length. So I type 3 and press enter. To draw a new section, I indicate a direction, press F5 if needed, and type a new length. I can keep drawing the external perimeter doing the same process. To complete this loop of walls, I have to click on the end point of the first wall to close automatically the corner intersection. Now I can choose a different wall thickness to draw the partitions of the project. In this case, I select thickness 9, which refers to a wall thickness of 9 centimeters. To draw these partitions, I click on this corner and then on the inner side of the outer wall. Then I click on this corner and then in the inner side of the opposite wall. To resolve the intersection of these partitions, I can use the intersection function. Once the function is active, I click first in the line of one of the partitions and then in the line of the other one. You'll see that the intersection is now fixed. Let's create more partitions to design the interior of the floor plan. In this case, I'm going to use the parallel wall function. Once the tool is active, type the parallel distance, for example 2, and then press enter. Now, to use this tool, I have to specify one of the lines of the existing partition that will serve as a reference to draw the line of the parallel wall. So I click on this line, for example, then I click once on the direction of the first line of the parallel wall, and then once again to create the second line of the parallel partition. The thickness of this partition will depend on the current value set in the wall thickness function. To make the parallel wall in the other side, I choose this line of the partition, click on the direction of the parallel line to create the first side of the wall at 2 meters distance, and then once again to the right of this line to set the current wall thickness. I'm going to change the parallel wall thickness to create the spaces for the wardrobes. With the function active, I type 0.6 and press enter. Now I click on this line, click once in the direction of the parallel wall, and then once again in the direction of the partition thickness. I'll do the same process in this wall. Now I'm going to enter a new value. I type 2.5 and press enter. Now I click on this line, click upwards, and then once again. Repeat this process in this partition. I can use the eraser tool to delete sections of walls. If I delete one section at a time, the intersections and corners will be fixed automatically. To do this, click on one of the two sides of the wall section and then right-click with the mouse to delete it. To delete other section, do the same process. Left-click on one of the two sides of the wall and then right-click to delete the selection. Now it's time to insert the joineries in the floor plan. I'm going to start with the doors. For this, I select the joineries function and define the settings of the door. Now I can change its color to red, and before placing the door, note that I can change the opening direction by doing a left click in the workspace. Now I can place it in this wall. If I want to change the door settings, I can double click with the mouse and set the new door parameters. Now I can place this double door in this wall, for example. I double right click again to change the settings of a new type of door. In this case, the length of the door will be 0.725. Now I place these doors in their respective partitions. I will finish with a new type of door that will be forced to be inserted at 0.2 meters from the closest intersection or corner. You can see that once I place the door in a wall, it automatically snaps to the defined distance. Okay, now it's time to create the windows of the floor plan. For this, I double right click and select the Windows tab. I choose a window with flashing board, center to the inner line of the wall, and with a length of 1.4 meters. Now, if I place it in this wall, the window will automatically snap to the center. I'm going to insert this window in other walls as well. Now I can double right click to change the insertion settings to force the insertion at 0.4 meters from the closest intersection or corner. I insert it in this wall and double right click again. To design the bathroom window, I'll change the length to 0.6 meters and the insertion distance to 0.2 meters. To create a large window, just double right click again and select the large window option. Set a new length and insert it in this wall, for example. Now double right click and choose the wardrobe tab. Change the wardrobe door size and press OK. Now I can insert them into these partitions and the wardrobes will adapt its sizes to the partition's length. Now we are going to insert some hatches into the floor plan. Select the hatch function and look for a frame type called double scratch. Set a spacing value of 0.3 and make sure you keep enabled the area option. This option will let you insert a hatch within the enclosed area delimited by walls or partitions. Just click on the inner line of one of the boundary walls and debug will insert the hatch automatically with the chosen color. The hatches are separate items that can be selected and deleted individually. We can use the same system to measure areas, but first I'm going to hide the hatches that I've just created. I can do this automatically in Utilities, Activate Deactivate, and then I can uncheck the hatch box. Now select the area function, choose the enclosed area method, and click on the inner side of a wall or partition. Debug will first highlight the area that is being calculated and display the area measurement. If the highlighted area is correct, just place the numerical text in the drawing by doing a left click and then finish with a right click to confirm the area insertion. Debug will keep the area function enabled to calculate more areas of the project. Now I'm going to hide the area measurements to create the dimensions more comfortably. To do this, I go to the Activate Deactivate function once again and uncheck the text box. Now I can create a new dimension style, which I will call Interior Test. I'll keep the parameters as default, except the minimum thickness, which I will set to 0.26. This means that debug will not display in the dimensions any value below 26 centimeters. This way, we will ignore the thicknesses of walls and partitions. Now I select the new style. I also select the automatic dimension and then click on the exterior of the floor plan, move the mouse horizontally, and click again in the exterior of the wall to display the dimensions. You can create as many dimensions as you want following this process. Every dimension is an individual element which I can select and erase by pressing the delete key.